Well, hopefully this is working. Let me pull up the stream. I think the most annoying part about streaming is making sure everything's working. Which means I'm going to hear myself in a moment, and you guys might hear a echo of the stream. Hopefully. Your channel. I'm gonna hear myself. Yes, it works. All right. Sweet. All right, so let me now copy the stream and send it to a few people. YouTube Aquatex. Videos. YouTube. Oh, excuse me. I'm still here. Aquatex. There we go. Yeah, man, allergies are killing me. All right, copy. And then yeah, let's see, anyone else who might want to watch? I don't know. Probably gonna be a very exciting stream so far, I hope. Haven't even done anything. View your channel. Go. And the cat just entered the room. Well, I hope everyone is doing good if anyone is watching. Alright, so what I'm going to be learning today is I'm going to be starting to learn some shorthand. Try to keep the sniffles to a minimum. Excuse me. Alright. So what shorthand is how do I describe it? It is a method of writing where my understanding is you write sounds, you don't write letters. So I got this book here, and in some cases there's sounds, in some cases there's, I think that's what it is. So, and I learned of this about a week or two ago at a older gentleman's house. I was saying about how I was learning cursive, which if you've seen the cursive streams, then you know what that is. I mean, hopefully you know what cursive is. But I was learning that, and I was telling him, like, hey, I was learning cursive, and he was like, I bet you can't read this, and then he started writing shorthand. So, I thought it would be fun to learn it. So, this is what shorthand looks like. It takes, I guess in this case, you see how the F is slanted, or it's like a line, and you see right here, face is spelled out F-A-S. Faz for face, I guess. And there's the line right here, and then I assume this circle thing is an A, and then it goes down, and I assume that's the S. You see the S right here. So this is what I'm going to be learning. Now, I'm starting at the very beginning of this book, so I guess the beginning of it will be, what is it? Beginning will just be understanding how this works. It'll probably be extremely boring. Now, this book that I got is, so I'm going to teach myself Greg's Shorthand. Now, this book, right here, I don't have the entire thing within view of the camera. As my understanding, is a printed copy of a PDF, a scanned PDF. So I've noticed in some of the pages, like beginning, that it sort of goes off on like the end. So just something to be aware as I'm looking through this book is this is not an original copy. But it is something that I saw on Reddit. So of course that made me decide to, I wanted to get it a physical thing instead of a digital because I find looking through PDFs online very annoying. So, yeah, so this will be Greg's Note Hand, which I'm pretty sure is a version of Shorthand. Now, I guess some more context. Shorthand is not used anymore, is my understanding. It was used for courts or business meetings or something along those lines. I don't fully know. Well, that's my understanding. I'm sure there are other uses for it. Maybe like secretaries would know it. I believe it used to be taught in schools, like the basics. And keep in mind, this is like 50, 60 years ago. It's like once computers came around, people stopped needing to type or write physically and they started doing digital notes. So that is what this is. Like I said, this is not going to be a super exciting stream, but if you want to watch, I'm going to be recording it because why not? And I don't know. It would be fun to look back on in the future and I'll think, either I'll learn it or I won't. And if I learn it, great, but if I won't, then I'll be like, ooh, this will be motivation to continue try learning it. Like, that's ever worked. So, anywho, that shows with all my times trying to learn Spanish. I keep trying like 10 different times and it never works. The motivation is there, but the will is not. Hopefully it doesn't be the same with this. Alright, so I'm going to start by reading this out loud. You're welcome to, if anyone is watching, you are welcome to put this on in the background or leave. Completely up to you. I personally will be trying to use this for notes in the beginning, or like using shorthand to learn it for the purpose of note taking and also to look cool in front of my friends. Really, it's the second one that matters. The first one is more like a useful thing, and the second one is like where it actually matters. So, anywho, I don't think any of this is important. Just going over how the book. There we go. Oh, we can see the whole page. It's nice. Hopefully, it's not too blurry. I'm looking at the thing right now. Should have taken allergy medicine this morning. Alright. Organization of the units. Skipping pages. Alright. Typical note-making unit contains a presentation of the fundamentals of note-making, exercises that apply to these fundamentals, practical tips and suggestions for note-making, and exercises in which a student puts these tips and suggestions into practice. And then I believe there was supposed to be practice material at the very back that was not included. That's something that I saw online, a complaint about this specific edition. However, there are no other editions that I understand can be bought that are from the time period. Everything is just scans. So if someone happens to know where I could buy an actual thing, I don't know if I'll actually get it, but you could post in the comments and then this will get more views. Man, I'm really turning to a YouTuber, aren't I? Like and hit the subscribe button. That's what YouTubers say. I should really get to actually doing this. I'm on like minute 10, and I haven't done anything. All right, on to this. Just a nice little scanned image. I'm sure this was supposed to be in color originally. That's what it says, but it's not. What good note making can do for you? Keep in mind this is from like the 60s. It can help you learn more and faster. It can help you remember more and remember it longer. That might be helpful. I have a memory of a snail or something. Do snails have good memory? I forget. That's a joke, by the way. It can help you study and work more efficiently. Okay. Making notes can help you learn more and faster. It is a well-known fact that you learn more and learn faster through doing. Doing doesn't mean merely the physical act of being occupied at something. It means actively participating with your mind while you're engaged in the learning process. Trying to learn without actively participating mentally is wasteful of time. But when you participate actively in the learning process, your time can be meaningful and productive. Let's put it this way. Learning will be meaningful and productive in proportion to the degree which you actively participate mentally in the process. What does this have to do with making notes? The very process of making notes as you listen, read, or observe will stimulate and guide your mental participation in the activity. In fact, the process of making notes actually forces you to participate actively. You can't help but learn more and learn it faster. Making notes can help you remember more and longer. The act of making notes will also help you to remember more of what you learn and remember it longer. Active mental participation helps fix important ideas and facts in your mind so that they become a part of you. As a result, you can remember them better. Good notes serve as memory storehouse for you, that is, a reference source, just as does a dictionary or encyclopedia, for the review and recall of facts and information. In fact, the notes trigger your memory of other facts, information, and ideas not recorded in your notes. Learning and forgetting. It is virtually impossible to remember everything one learns. Hermann v. Ebbinghaus, a famous German psychologist, proved this in his experimental studies of verbal learning and retention. Among other things, Ebbinghaus was interested in how much of what he personally had learned he could remember after various periods of time. By finding out how much he could remember a week after learning compared with, say, 4 hours after learning, Ebbinghaus was able to construct a curve of forgetting. That is, he could show, by means of a curve graph, when most forgetting takes place. Okay, but like, how do you remember that you forgot something? Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. In his experiment, Ebbinghaus learned, and this may surprise you, that he did most of his forgetting immediately after learning. Thus, sorry, I'm trying to keep this in frame. Thus, based on the results of Ebbinghaus studies and other later studies, a psychological rule of considerable importance has been formulated. We forget most of what we are going to forget immediately after we learn it. Okay, I can understand that with names. I will forget someone's name immediately after I hear it. It's not even funny. It's honestly sad. Like, I'll be in a conversation with someone and I'll forget their name 3 times. It's not that I don't care about learning their name. I just forget it. It takes time. Some people's names I remember immediately. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe if I try writing it down, that'll help. Alright, relearning comes more quickly. After Ebbinghaus had measured how well he could remember, he resorted to a test, which is called the savings method. In this method, the person whose memory is being tested relearns something he learned previously. The measure of retention is the difference in time it takes between original learning and relearning. Suppose, for example, Ebbinghaus took 5 minutes to learn a list of 16 nonsense syllables. If 24 hours later, when he relearned the same list, he only took 2 minutes, he obtained a savings of 3 minutes, or 60%. The significance of this experiment is that if you've learned something and then forgotten it, you can relearn it much more quickly than if you had to learn it from scratch. In the relearning process, good notes are especially useful. They contain only the essential facts and ideas and will save a great deal of time in relearning, such as reviewing for an examination. After all, reviewing is essentially a process of relearning. Making notes can help you study. Yeah, letters are starting to be cut off here. All right. Making notes can help you study and work more efficiently. The process of making notes induces active mental participation studying just as it does any other form of learning activity. Every student needs a workable procedure for studying. Making notes is an important part of this procedure. What is more, participation by making notes helps you organize study effort. In addition, the notes themselves provide material for subsequent study, the memory storehouse mentioned earlier. Naturally, the better the notes, the more useful they are in studying. Notes may be made over a period of time or immediately preceding or at the time of studying. They may come from many sources, lectures, discussions, textbooks, experiments, library research, and so on. They can be used for reference and for review, or they may be used to get ready for examinations or in preparation and reports. Note making is a combination of abilities. Give me 1 second. Check something. All right. All right. I'm down here now. Note making is a combination of abilities. Note making consists of more than just simply writing down things on paper. There are techniques to learn about note making. What you record and how you record it are important. You need to know how to listen with concentration, how to read effectively when studying, how to grasp and record essential ideas, how to outline as you make notes, how to make notes for research papers, and so on. All these techniques are discussed fully in this book. Okay, so I'm going to pause right here. My assumption, based off of this and what I was reading briefly before, this is also teaching people how to make notes effectively. I think that's what the last 10 paragraphs have been about. Get a drink of water. All right. In addition to mastering the techniques for making notes, you need a simple, easy-to-use writing system. A system so quick and easy to use that it will permit you to give more attention to what is being heard or read. Greg Notehand meets this need. Greg Notehand, a simple adaptation of Greg Shorthand, is expressly designed for note-making. It is simple and easy to learn. It is simple and easy to write. It is simple and easy to read. I mean, it looks like squiggles to me, but I'm sure eventually I'll be able to read it. Good note-making requires concentration, and you're not likely to give conscious attention to a book or a speaker if you have to bend every effort to record the barest essentials, such as is the case with longhand. Concentration leads to good notes, notes that are full enough to be useful, but that contain only really important ideas and information. Greg Notehand requires less time to write than longhand. Therefore, you have more time to concentrate, to select, to evaluate, to organize, and to record. Greg Notehand consists essentially of the alphabet of shorthand, which utilizes the strokes, linear directions, and other characteristics of longhand. This alphabet was originally published in 1888 and has been in continuous use since the time as the basis of the Gregg system of shorthand. As you probably know, Gregg shorthand has been learned and put to vocational use by millions of men and women, stenographers, secretaries, court reporters, and executives. Your note-making can be efficient and effective with the use of Gregg Notehand. This was probably true 70 years ago, or 50 years ago, 60 years ago. I had never heard of it until last week. So, as I probably did not know. I don't think millions of people know it anymore. Maybe millions of people know it. I wouldn't be surprised. They probably all forgot it. Or most of them forgot it. For discussions and participation. I'm down here now. Think of ways in which you have or could have used notes in your daily activities. See if you can make a list of 15 different situations where note making is involved. Why do you think the act of making notes helped you to remember more and longer? Discuss. Oh, is this meant to be like a discussion? Oh, for discussion and participation. All right, chat. Please, think about the act of making notes helps you remember more and longer. So, chat, if anyone is here, do you think making notes will help you remember more? While you write your thing, I'm going to continue going on. As an experiment, have someone read a brief. Sorry, this is funny. As an experiment, have someone read a brief paragraph to you. Listen carefully, but do not make notes. Try to give the important points aloud. Now try another experiment. Have the same person read another brief paragraph to you on the same subject. This time, make a few notes of the important points. Evaluate. Oh, I'm sorry. Then reconstruct in your own words the gist of the paragraph. A note-making and study inventory. Size up your present note-making and studying abilities by completing the inventory on the following page. Then after you have finished your study of Greg Notehand, complete the inventory again to discover the improvements that you have made. Chances are at the start that most of your answers will be true. However, if you should have very few true answers, if any, at the end. However, you should have very few true answers, if any, at the end. Alright, complete the inventory on the following page. Alright, so here we have, I get my computer slightly out of the way. There we go. Drink of water. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to be reading through these. It looks like someone else had already made notes as well. It's the benefit of buying a PDF. Alright, I'm going to start up here. Directions. On a sheet of paper, write the heading, Note Making and Studying Inventory. Then list the following statements by number. Opposite the numbers, place before and after boxes or spaces. Date each inventory first when you began your study of Greg Notehand, and then when you finish it. Mark each statement true or false in each inventory. If your Greg Notehand text is your personal property, you may record your answers in the spaces provided on this page. I think this is my personal property. I bought it on Amazon. It was more expensive than it should have been. Alright. Before. Ooh, date. Today is May 5th. Alright. 5/5/26. Today is Revenge of the 5th. There we go. That's a good way to remember. Mark each statement true or false in each inventory. Oh, I assume it has with a T or an F. I do not have a plan for studying. I study on a hit or miss basis. That is unfortunately true. I am really bad at studying. I have trouble getting down to work and sustaining my effort in studying. Man, why do these questions have to be so deep? Alright, yeah, I'm bad at studying. I find it hard to concentrate on what I'm reading, that I get very little out of it. I'm going to say that is false. I think it depends on what I'm studying. When I make notes from reading, I always copy the author's words just as he wrote them. Ooh, that's difficult. I can put maybe. That's not an option, but I'm going to do it. M-A-Y-B-E. When I make notes, I put down too much, and later I have difficulty in sifting the important from the unimportant. I can put false. Well, generally, I guess maybe for this it would be false as well. Generally, I'll do more of an outline than anything. My notes are too brief. They don't make sense to me when I come back to them for studying and review. The problem is I'm really bad at taking notes. So, I guess when I do take notes, it's false. I generally get the main points. My notes lack organization and continuity. I can't seem to relate similar topics. um, Generally, if I'm writing notes, I'll put things in similar. Uh, I'll put it in the order that it was written. So, if like one section is this, then another section, I will do it in that order. I won't often go back and edit previous things or add previous things. So I guess in terms of continuity, I think this would be true. They lack organization in some ways. I think that's the only case is I'll have it organized by what I'm learning in the order that I'm learning it. The personality, voice, and mannerisms of speakers frequently disturb me and hinder my concentration. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of multiple things. I miss important things in lectures and discussions because I'm too pushed in getting down notes on what has gone before. I will say yes. I know when I'm in meetings, sometimes it's hard for me to take notes and listen to what is being said. It's difficult for me to grasp and organize ideas and information conveyed by a speaker and make notes at the same time. Yes, absolutely. Excuse me. I don't know what to put down when I'm making notes from reading. That is, I can't find the important ideas. I'm going to say false. I'd like to think I can figure out the important things. I mean, what I consider important might not be what the book considers important, but I can get a general gist. I don't know how to use my notes efficiently once I made them. True. 100% true. I don't know how to use notes efficiently once I made them. I am so pressed for time when making notes that I can't read them later. They're too sloppy. It depends. If it's a live talk or conversation or something, I'd say that's true. Not worth it, bro. Who is this person? I don't recognize it. You don't have to say it. I think it would be fun. Honestly, I think it would. I'm gonna give it a go and see what happens. Pranchuji X5X. But please give your reason why you think it's not worth it. I'm interested in hearing, aside from there being no practical value for today. I am so pressed for time when making notes I can't remember them later. They're too sloppy. True. When making a term paper or report, I have difficulty knowing how to go about making notes and using them in writing my paper. Man, last time I was in school was a few years ago. I'm gonna say false. Composition is hard for me because it is so laborious and time-consuming to write and rewrite in longhand. Yeah, sure, that's true. I mean, I use a computer now, but if I am writing out, longhand definitely extends the amount of time taken. I put off too long reviewing my notes and preparing for examinations. I'm not in school. That's the hard part. I put off too long reviewing my notes and preparing for examination. I don't know. False. I mean, in high school, I think I just remembered often. Like, I'm good at remembering stuff that I'm learning generally, if it's a concept which I know the basics of. I find it virtually impossible to make useful notes when participating in or listening to group discussions. Yeah, that's true. I do not know what best tools for note making in various situations, notebooks or cards or what. Yeah, I'd say that's true. My mind wanders so much when I listen to a lecture or speaker that I get very little out of what he says. Yeah, I'd say that. I get distracted easily. Essay examinations are a problem for me because I can't quickly draft answers before writing them. Nah, that's false. I'm pretty for essays, I'm fairly good at making an outline in my mind and then doing it. But once again, I'm not in school. So some of this just doesn't currently apply to me. Aside from the fact that we have computers now. Greg Notehand is easy to learn. I'll be the judge of that. If you can write longhand with any fluency, you will have no difficulty learning to write Greg Nothand. So I need to get another drink of water. The strokes you will use in Greg Nothand are the same ones that you are accustomed to writing in your everyday longhand. Greg Nothand is actually easier to learn than longhand. In longhand, there are many different ways of writing a given letter. In Greg Nothand, there is only one way. Well, I mean, yeah, but there's multiple different shorthand versions. Anyway, I'm not going to argue with the publishers. Are probably dead. I don't want to think about that, honestly. This is from the 60s. It's been... Okay, they might be alive. It depends on how old they are. I'm sure if I look it up... You think they'll be on LinkedIn if I look up the publishers? That'd be funny. I mean, assuming they were at least 20, they'd be 70 years old right now. So they're probably between 70 and 90. Or above. Anywho, there is only one way. For example, here are 6 different ways in which the longhand R may be expressed. Alright, that's a lot of different versions of R. Is that all? I recognize this. Obviously, I recognize this. I want to say I recognize number 3 and number 5. I don't recognize... I mean, obviously, I could read it. I don't recognize this. I don't think that's cursive. Or this is cursive. Unless if it's just a different style of cursive. Ooh, is this another thing I have to learn? This will be fun. In Greg's Nothand, there's only one way to express R. The facility with which you will eventually write Greg Nothand will depend, of course, on how well and how regularly you practice. If you follow carefully the practice suggestions given this unit, your writing facility will develop rapidly, and with each unit, your study on Greg Nothand will become more and more fascinating. Alright, so what I have right here is a piece of paper. I'm debating, should I write on the book? So that way it's... Let me close it. So that way, if I write in the book... I don't plan on pass this on to anyone else. If I write in the book, then it'll be visible to myself in the future, or anyone who may or may not be watching, or watching this in the future. 5:05. All right. I think I'll probably do. I don't know. I'm debating. Should I buy another camera? No, that would be a waste of money. All right. I don't know. All right. Perhaps the most frequent consonant in the English language is S. In Nothand, S is a very small downward curve resembling the longhand comma. Notice how the S is derived from the longhand form of S. Alright, so I see right here, this is the S. There we go. I still love how someone came into the stream just to say, don't do it. Alright, so I see it. So this is S. Alright, well, something like that. In longhand, S often has the sound of Z, as in saves. Therefore, in Nothand, the S stroke also represents the sound of Z. Okay, so S and Z. I'm gonna try writing notes, okay? Can I... This is difficult. If I were to get a second camera, that way this would be visible. I don't know. Now I'm not sure. Where would I even put it? Okay. Alright, the Nothand A is a large circle. Once again, notice how A is derived from the longhand form. Okay, so, this is longhand A, so it's just circle. Going down like this. Okay. Silent letters omitted. In the English language, many words contain letters that are not pronounced. In Nothand, these silent letters are omitted, and only those sounds in a word are written that are actually pronounced. For example, in the word say, the Y would not be written. I'm sorry. The Y would not be written because it is not pronounced. Say would be written S-A. The word face we written as F-A-S. The final E would be omitted because it is not pronounced, and the C will be represented by the S stroke because it is pronounced S. Face. Okay, so is there like... Alright, I'll read. Maybe there's a... I'm thinking about like vowels. Because faz versus face are two different things. What letters in the following words would not be written in Nothand because they are not pronounced? I see someone already went through this, but I'll do it. Okay, so Y would not be pronounced. Eat, the A would not be pronounced. Main. Ooh, I don't know. The I guess? I'm looking right here. I don't know, is the I pronounced? Main. Okay, I guess it wouldn't because it affects the letter before. Mean, and I see once again someone else already did this. Save, the E at the end would not be done, and steam. But then it would be stem. Okay. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. There's such things as like long and short vowels. Man, this is taking me back to like 3rd grade. Alright, check your answers with the key to paragraph 3 in the back of this book. Does that exist here? Key to paragraph 3. What unit am I in? Unit 2. The Y in day, the A in mean, the A in eat, the E in save, the I in main, the A in steam. Okay. With letters S and A, you can perform 2 words. Sa or say. Oh, and as. Oh, ace. Okay. So I recognize the line from the S right here. Okay, so it starts off somewhere. Okay, so ace and say. Practice these words following the suggestions in paragraph 5. By the way, I'm going to be doing this for about another 20 minutes. So I'm going to try and keep this stream to roughly an hour. Because I got stuff to do tonight. Alright, with the letters S and A, you can form 2 words. Say and ace. Practice procedures for word list. You will learn the words in paragraph 4 and all the other words that are given to illustrate the Nothand principles you will study more quickly and remember them longer if you practice them in this way. Alright. 1. With the type key exposed, pronounce and spell aloud, if possible, each word and Nothand outline in this list. Thus, say, S-A, ace, A-S. By reading aloud, you will be sure that you are concentrating on each word as you study it. Repeat this procedure. Student studies the word list by placing a card or slip of paper over the word and reading the Nothand words aloud. Okay. Oh, I see what they're saying. So I need to like grab. I'll figure it out. Procedure with all the words in the list until you feel you can read the note hand outlines without referring to the type key. Cover up the type key with a card or slip of paper and spell and pronounce aloud, thus say, say. If the meaning of a note hand outline does not come to you after you've spelled it, remove the card or slip of paper and refer to the type key. Do not spend more than a few seconds trying to decipher an outline. Reread the list of words in this way until you can read the entire list without referring to the type key. In your notebook... Oh, was I supposed to get a notebook for this? A regular spiral-bound stenographic notebook will do nicely for your note hand practice. The best writing instrument for your course in note hand is a good ballpoint pen. A ballpoint pen is easier to write with than a pencil, and the notes you make will be legible almost indefinitely, while pencil notes may become blurred and difficult to read. That makes sense. In your notebook, write the entire list once in note hand, saying each word aloud as you write it. Repeat this procedure 2 or 3 times until you feel you can write the words easily. Caution: under no circumstances write a full line or more of each word. This type of repetitious practice is not only monotonous, but it is also the least efficient way to learn words. Interesting. Okay. The note hand character for we're starting at letters is F is the same shape as S, except it is about 3 times as big. It is also written downwards. Isn't the S written downwards? Wait. Oh, I see. Okay, so the A is the circle, the F is this big loop, and the S is this small loop. So, I need to get something to cover. I got some stamps. All right. Do I have anything else? Yes, I do. I'm just going to, all right. I have this. So, this starts small, then gets bigger. No, then it's an A. S-A-F-S. Safes. 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 Sweet. Alright, I'm gonna start going this. Ooh. Alright, did you notice the C in face? Oh, I didn't actually look through all these. Alright, do you notice the C in face has the S sound, and it's therefore represented by S. The note hand for V is the same shape as F, except it is about twice as big as F. It is also written downward. Okay, so if I'm understanding this, this is S, this is F, this is V. Wait, no. Except it is about 3 times as big. Okay, so this is S, this is F, and this is V. There we go. Alright, so S. Alright, I'm not going to try cursive F. And V. Alright. Alright. Note hand character for V is the same shape as F, except it's about twice as big. It is also written downwards. Okay, so I'm going to move this slightly. Alright, so S-A-V-S. Saves. Got it. Alright. S-A-V. Save. Sweet. V-A-S. Vase. Ooh, got it. Alright. Did you notice the final S in saves has the Z sound, which is represented by the S stroke? Alright. So I'm going to write this down on this sheet of paper. So S, F, V. I think F goes a little bit further down. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So this is meant to be 3 times as big. This is meant to be 6 times as big. All right. I know it said use a ballpoint pen. Ballpoint pen? I don't think I do. Nope. Alright, I really don't want to see the notes. Alright. The note-hand stroke for E is a small circle. Notice how it is derived from the longhand E. What? Alright. If I do this. So it's a small circle. Okay, I need to write down A. So A is a circle, and E is a smaller circle. Okay, so it originates from this, I guess. Always make the E circle small, tiny in fact, and the A circle large. Okay. Alright, so this one is going to be... Ooh, is there two of these? There are two of these. Alright, so this will be as, ace. I think this is an S. And this one, I guess, is AC. I'm sorry, no, Ease. Ease. What's Ease? And this would be EC. This would be easy. What would ES be? Ease. But I got easy right. Okay. Ease. Alright. This is an F. So fee and fees. Fee and fees. I got that right. C. C's. C's? Yeah, got it. Alright. Did you pronounce the Y in easy is pronounced E and is therefore represented by the E circle? Be sure to practice the E words as suggested in paragraph 5. Alright. Oh yeah, it did suggest I write down them. Alright, so... I know it... Do I not have a ballpoint pen? I have pencil. I have a pencil. I gotta sharpen it. Where's my pencil sharpener? Oh, hello, Faded. I have seen you are here. I just saw your message. I apologize. I'm glad you are able to make it. What is shorthand? Okay, so shorthand is okay, I'll get the context that I gave at the very beginning. So obviously I was trying to learn cursive, and then I was telling an older gentleman when I was by his house, like I was saying, like, hey, I'm learning cursive, and he said, huh, that's funny, can you read this? And then he started writing squiggles, and I thought, no, I can't read that. So this is what I'm starting to teach myself now. It's called shorthand. And the way it works is you write sounds. So in this case, each of these lines is a sound. Now, shorthand was made in like the 1800s, late 1800s. This is a note-taking version of it. So it's slightly different, called Notehand. And this is Greg's shorthand. And I think like the first 10 minutes of the video explain everything. I'll go through the basics. Each mark represents a sound. So in this case, this right here is the S sound. And then this right here is the A sound. And this right here is the F sound. So that's what shorthand is. I hope that answers your question, Faded. So anywho, this older gentleman said, huh, I bet you can't read this. And then I looked at it and yeah, I couldn't read it. So I have made that. Okay, I don't know how long this goal will last if I'll give up really quickly. I mean, this thing's like 200 pages, 300 pages, all about learning a writing style that no one has used in 50 years because computers came around. So yeah, this was used to transcribe conversations or notes or other things very quickly and efficiently. You can call me crazy. That's fine. I'll accept it. But I think it would also be really funny if I can write something and no one else can read it. So this is not to be confused with longhand, which is... Does it have examples here? Yeah, here we go. So, this is longhand. And according to the book, agree with it or not, you will call me crazy. Yeah, that's fine. According to the book, there are many different kinds of longhand. Of course, nowadays, in 2026, there's only one. Because no one uses cursive anymore. And yeah, so I don't think... So like when I was learning cursive, I didn't recognize... I mean, obviously I can read this. I know this is an R. And I know this is an R as well. But this did not look like the cursive I was learning 2 weeks ago. This one did. These two did. And obviously this is print. So this is print. This is writing. And then together these are called longhand. But shorthand is what I'm trying to teach myself. Using a book. And this book is a copy of a PDF from the 60s. So it's not even the real deal. Because no one... I don't know if this book is... It's not in print, I don't believe. Does this say how many prints were done? First thing. Sorry. No, it doesn't. Personal use shorthand with integrated instructions on how to make notes. Oh yeah, this book also teaches me how to make notes. So, I thought it would be fun. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah. So one of the things it suggested was, ooh, I could have it like this. Sweet. Currently my challenge is how do I get my notes and this within the same frame, and I think I just figured it out. Hopefully this works. So it suggested that I write down the shorthand and then, but only write it once. Don't write it repetitively, because repetitively makes no sense according to the book. So I will take the book's instructions at will. These are, of course, my elders who wrote this book, so they're probably dead. I mean, this is from the 60s, so I mean, I don't know if elders is right. I mean, if someone's... I don't want to go into this. I'll get like I'll get a strike from YouTube or something. Wait, we don't use that word anymore. We use what's the word for dead that they use on YouTube? I don't know. Anywho, odds are the people who wrote this book are not here anymore, so I'm just gonna take their word for it. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. All right, so C. So this line and this circle. That is this. And then B is a longer. So the E is, oh, unalived. Well, yeah, I'm canceled. Wait, is unalived only like if you unalive yourself, or is that in all cases where somebody ceases to be? I don't remember. That's why I should be learning how to take notes. All right, so yeah, chat. And by chat I mean faded, because I don't think anyone else is watching. Yeah. Can you answer that question? I don't know what it means. And then ease. Ooh, wait, no, that's if. I think it just replaces dead overall. Oh, well, we don't say that word here. I don't know why you're bringing such toxicity to my stream. Um, I just realized there's like a 30-second delay for this, which is probably incredibly annoying for you. All right, so this is Eve, but I want ease. There we go. Yeah, thank you very much. Apology accepted. Um, so I guess it starts from the top right and works its way down left. I didn't use such foul words. Please forgive me. You know what? I forgive you. It was a difficult decision to forgive you, but I have been learning recently the benefit of forgiveness, and I want to extend that forgiveness onto you, Mr. Faded Real. Um. All right. So. There we go. Okay. So. C's. Can I have like Fez? It says fees, but I want it to be pronounced Fez. Like, is that possible? Is there like a I don't know. All right, so that's Fief. Here we go, Fez. Easy. All right. Oh yeah, I'm sure this is a very exciting stream for everyone watching. Chat. Chat, are you guys loving the stream? Is the stream hype? I need the engagement. I need the algorithm to send people here. Someone came on and just said at the very beginning, not worth it, bro. Like, what's that supposed to mean? You should learn to write with your left hand next. I should. That would be difficult. Ooh. Man, you're giving me too many ideas. I gotta stick with one at a time. Like, I think this is how you hold it. I mean, this is with my right hand. I mean, I only learned how to like properly hold a pencil like a few weeks ago, or a few months ago. Because I was writing a letter. So that's something which I've been doing lately, is writing letters to people just for the fun of it. I feel it's more engaging than text, and you know, I normally write like this with 4 fingers. And then I went up to one of the family members I was writing to, and I was saying like, my hand hurts. I know I'm writing incorrectly. How do I do it correctly? And she explained that use 3 fingers. So she showed me how to do it, and so now I've been trying that. And it's honestly, it's not as painful as 4 fingers. So I think maybe I'm sure it's definitely possible. I don't know, it's something I'll have to get practice with. You know, if I lose my right hand, then at least I'll still be able to write. I'll probably keep the stream going for about another 5-10 minutes, just so you know. Alright. The note hand character for N is a very short forward straight line. Why couldn't they have said very straightforward short line? Why do they have to do this? I use all 5 fingers to write. That's painful. My pinky is hurting just thinking about that. Yeah. That's painful. Or do you write like this? This is how I write. That would be like use a whole fist. That would not be fun. No offense if you do that. I do highly recommend learning less fingers if you use your whole fist to write. All right, so N is a short line. Ooh, short straight line. I want to, okay. So this is gonna be C. No, knee. And this is gonna be Fen. Fen? No, this is, ooh. Ooh, fan? Fen? I'm trying to learn six-fingered writing. What would that even look like? So you'd have to do like 4 fingers and 2? No, this is... How would that work? Like, do you have to, like, start using your toes or something? Honestly, if you think about it, it would be incredibly difficult. It would be a lot easier to write with 2 feet than with 1. I mean, it would still be very difficult, but I mean, it would be easier with 2 feet than with 1 to write. Why am I even speaking about this? Like, you're pretty, I don't know. This is completely unrelated to what I'm learning. That's great. All right, so my guess is this is Bean. Oh, this is Vein. Van. Bean. Vein. Oh, this is long. Okay. Oh, and this is an A. All right, let's go on to the next ones. This one is Sa. Say. And this one is San. Sane. Say and sane. All right, this one is C, and this one is seen. Yes, okay. Let me write down some of these. C. And this one is seen. Well, you know what? No, the thing's gonna be smaller. Where's my pencil sharpener? I know I asked that before. All right, seen. All right, and then sane is... We know that would be... And then say has an S and then an A. Looks like a backward 6. Knee. I mean, I'm just looking right off of here. I'm only going to be writing these once. That's what the book suggested. E and van. No, this would be a smaller A. So, Faded, I'm curious, what's your method of using 6 fingers? Like, what fingers are you using? All right, so let's be vain. So, is there not a short A and short E? Because these are all long A's and long V's. All right, M is a longer line. And so this will be aim, same, fame. Ooh, I got it right. It's exciting. All right. Name, main, and same. Now, seam. I'm gonna guess seam. Seam. Oh, this is mean. Mean. Ooh. 2 pointer fingers, 1 middle finger, 3 ring, and a thumb. So that doesn't math out correctly. I'm gonna assume 2 ring and a thumb. And that's what you meant. All right, I'm gonna try this. 2 pointer fingers, 1 middle, 2 ring, and a thumb. This is 6. 3 ring. Where do you get the 3rd ring finger from? 3 ring fingers. Where do you get the ring finger from? Isn't there only 1 ring finger? The ring finger is only on the left hand, right? We're correct. I forget. Is the ring finger on the left hand or right hand? Sorry, I'm looking this up. Is ring finger left or right? Ring finger is usually the 4th finger on the left hand. All right. You have 5 ring fingers. All right. So this is my ring finger. Notice that there's no ring on here. So I don't know if it could be called a ring finger, but you know. So somehow you have 5 of these. Or 3 of these. The only way to do that would be you like loop it around so it counts as multiple. I don't know. These are modern day questions that have to be answered. Anyhow, got learning to do. Wait, so I want to do meme. So this is, if I'm right, this is gonna be meme. I think this is meme. Meme question mark? Oh yeah, I just put rings on my other fingers to make. Oh, okay. So in that case, wait, let me go up to your message. 2 pointer fingers, 1 middle, 3 ring, and a thumb. So that's 7 fingers total. So 2 point. Wait, if we're doing by that definition, then I could point with any finger. So, wait a minute. Wait, I think I have an idea. Put rings on my other fingers to make them ring fingers. I got this. Okay. You know what? I could do this with 5 fingers. I just put rings on all my fingers. And then I put another pointer finger here. There we go. 6 fingers on a thing. Hi. There we go. I did it. I did your challenge. You point with your pinky fingers. That's great. All right, so this is meme, I think. Or wait, this is meme. I think this is meme. I think this would be meme. Ooh, but I need to make this longer. All right, I think this would be meme. This would be meme. All right, there. I've done meme in shorthand. So my pinky fingers are also pointer fingers. Exactly. Like you could have all your fingers do multiple things. It's very straightforward if you think about it. All right. I'm going to do till the end of this page, and then I'm going to sign off. I know I said I'd be leaving right now, but I want to finish this. All right. The note hand character for T is a very short upward straight line. So T is this. Meme. Yeah, this is meme right here, I think, in shorthand. It's like a line and then a small circle. I'm sorry, a long line, a small circle, and then a long line. That's meme. I did a meme in shorthand. I know, it's great. So excited. All right. Would the H be pronounced silently? Oh, I don't know. All right. So if S is rounded, T is straight. So if it starts here, team, tame, Stain. Oh, stain. Stain. I think this is stain right here. Stain, tame, team. I got it. Yes. Yeah, no. So what you're not understanding is I wrote meme in shorthand. M-E-M-E. Except it's M-E-M in shorthand. Hopefully that solves your confusion. All right. This is T. T. No, I don't use TikTok. I'm sorry. You didn't hear me hear that. Stay. Stat. State. 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 Stay. T. All right, and this is 8. No, eat. Eat. Neat. 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 Oh, neat. Yeah, I'm doing T right now. I'm sorry, this isn't visible. Yeah, I'm doing T right now. And then S-A-T, seat. Oh, this is set. Okay. Eat, neat, seat. Right, so this is all E. Okay. I think I'm getting this. All right, so it starts from the left-hand side. Sometimes. Okay, so this is where I seem to be getting a little confused. It could start from anywhere, but preferably the left side. So like over here, the F is up here, and then it goes down to E. But here, it starts at E, and then it goes to T. So it goes from bottom left going up, and here it goes from top right going bottom left. So I think what I need to do, I think the difficult part is I need to memorize the directions of all the letters. So eat is like that. While T, because T starts from the bottom left, I need to use arrows. I assume A is the same. Getting this right. This all starts going down. All right. So eat. Well, this is T. Okay. I think I'm getting this. So, all right, so this is team. Well, this is teen. So a teen is on a team. Except I'm missing like 2 words there. All right, next letter. D. Is it more up? And then deed. Date. Stayed. Stayed. Stayd. Stayed, date, deed. Okay, sweet. Seed. Feed. And then this starts up here. Saved. Yes, okay. Seems like whoever had this publication before did write things on it. Alright, so this is an A. It starts going like this. Alright, so say, or aid. Made. And need. Need? No, need. Need, made, aid. Yes, got it. Alright. Letters. One letter left. Capitalization is indicated by two short upward dashes underneath needing to be capitalized. I guess that'd be a good way of figuring out where the start of a sentence. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, start of a sentence. In Shorthand, the following marks of punctuation are used: period, parenthesis or paragraph, parenthesis, question, dash, hyphen. For all other punctuation marks, the regular longhand forms are used. Reading and writing practice. SAFVENMTD. All right. Well, with that out of the way, I think it is time for me to end the stream. Well, I would like to appreciate all of chat for joining. If you missed this one, subscribe, ring the bell, and you might just get a notification when I go live next, which could be soon, it could be a while. It'll definitely not be tonight. I have stuff to do tonight. Well, anywho, thank you all for joining, and I wish you all a, what's today? Tuesday? A happy Tuesday. Thank you very much. Goodbye.